Fast forward, in Komo Ewachoni, so AG Politics Avenue. Podcast house at 20 million speaking headlines. The Jemre not EDB Exomo, Ewaha, and Edimia Black Simus, and Edi Kanya. The best is subscribe to the channel, hit notification bell, so share down out of 4 accounts, so answer into Incabenadium. Unia, young political habits in Ejadem are Enya Sam Kotwak, Solomon also, Eku PM OTV3. Now, Ken Ofori-Atta, ne issue a buyer na papa etimi ambeki some add-ons be. Say, we put 3 different passports. Menoka say, what they ebon who buying on your enya asem koto akra. Enti say, ya share, say, April 27th. Papa no besamba be pim, ama, yatutana no, odi for, etimi, deporting the abagan hasino. What should I say, was he? The betiki in female and son, papa no go to baby out here. Unia, what can't seem be brave. You more room near when you go any deba. But that's so I jam the memory feet. So be your comment under the comment section or edit a moment. Young co in sim.
They host 3 different passports. If they do not bring Ken Ofori-Atta back, one day when I become somebody in this country, hold a ministerial appointment, all that I will do is that I will loot from you and go and live in Togo and change my status and have a Togolese passport, and you people will struggle before you bring me to Ghana. Me, I won't go to your US, so only Togo here. After all, a few days I can smuggle, they come and look after my family. We cannot be treating ourselves like that. But the longer he stays in the United States, the better for the United Party. Because then it tells you the credibility with which the NPP works. I was thinking that they would be the first party to be wishing that he comes to clear his name. And by clearing his name, it will affect the party, for the party to look good in the eyes of the people. Now that almost anybody that has spoken on this matter that I have heard insists that if they were Ken Ofori-Atta, they will prolong their stay in the United States. What he's telling me is that yes, you have looted, you have bought with our money, stay there, don't come, so that this country suffers. Is that what you want for this country? So you see, when we are doing politics, we also want to be superpower, as has been referred by Zato. We can only be a superpower country when we expend our resources judiciously. We have undertaken a lot of projects that have taken monies out of this country. When he saw the need that he had to deal with his prostate, he realized that there was a Mayo clinic. So if I'm suffering from prostate cancer, where would I go? Would I have the opportunity of going to Mayo? When in fact you were the one controlling our resources? We cannot do that to ourselves, and this must be a lesson to all those in public service today, that the name of the game is service. I have never seen a servant that decide to loot the kingmakers, and that if you have any intention of looting from us, let what Ken Ofori-Atta situation has done be a guideline to you, and that the same measure, if it could be even higher measure, that will be used to checkmate you. We cannot let Kaya, the taxi drivers, the truck drivers, common teachers, and nurses who are struggling daily to pay their taxes to ensure that this country develops, be shortened. Remember what Dr. Samuel Amakwe told your reporter. Was it Alfredo Kanse during the DDEP melee? The man said, look, he was suffering from a lung cancer or a kidney. He had a kidney problem.
Is it the 81-year-old?
81-year-old. Yesterday, I played back the video. I cheered that when the man was picketing in front of, what's the name, the Ministry of Finance, and begging that do not include us. You are killing us softly. When you finish killing me softly for me, you are killing us softly. Don't do that. That day, instead of even having the courtesy as a finance minister to go and see them, the man refused to see them, and I don't know the status of Dr.
But the OSP and the investigations over Ken Ofori-Atta, it's not because of the decisions that were taken on DDEP.
It's part of the DDEP, it's part, all is chop, it is inside. Everything is inside.
No,
he should come. It's part of
it. We have to be rightful and lawful.
The PDS, the cathedral, the DDEP.
The DDEP is not part.
The chop. You mean it's not part? Then they are missing a very big investigation.
Okay, so I have George Alote. George Alote says that please tell Solomon to have patience for Ken Ofori-Atta and that they need you in Kenneth Japon's team.
Which one is that? Kenneth Japan that they say is what mad. That's what they are saying.
Who said?
Bawumia people say he's mad, then he also telling Bawumia people. No, he has even moved to further.
Is
he suffering from autism?
No, it's okay.
Then people are insulting themselves.
You saw him.
First of all, Ken Ofori-Atta, has always been lying to the people of this country.
What do you mean by lies?
So I have in my hand there his letter that he wrote to the former chief of staff, Frema Opare. And listen to what he said to convince Frema before being allowed to leave the country. Request for approval to travel for medical checkup. Say greetings, as usual. He will greet us, even in budget. He greets us. Point 1. Trust this letter finds you well in high spirits. Once again, Bible. 2. This is to formally request your approval to travel to Rochester, Minnesota, USA for a medical checkup from 4 January. Check the date. Listen to the date. 4 January 2025 to 28 January 2025.
When was this written?
2nd January 2025. This is, you see, we have just decided to this. What? Check. Everything is there.
Okay. Why this?
So the man had deceived the authorities that he was just going away for only maximum 3 weeks. And that by the 28th of January 2025, he will be back to town. This was what he told the authorities, only to find himself in the United States of America and begin the process of what? Altering his residential status to become a permanent person. Roland, let me tell you something. And for those I've heard, I don't know whether Frank Davis is his lawyer or not, because anytime I see any statement,
Frank Davis representing.
I don't know whether he represents. We must be careful.
But Frank Davis is not here. Please, yes. Statement that
you see,
do not
Roland,
cast aspersions on it.
One day I will die. One day you will die.
Yes.
What Ken Ofori-Atta is doing, we must put it on record. Is he saying that now he doesn't want to come back to Ghana at all? If he does not want to come to Ghana at all, and the event that he dies like I will die, and they make any attempt to bring the corpse to this country, I will sue the corpse. That would mean that Ghana is only a country that wants corpse. It's not, here's my cemetery. You understand? That come back to your country. You told the authorities that you were only going to spend 3 weeks. 3 weeks are turned into almost 2 years.
He said he's been sick. That's what you read.
The man, when you saw him yesterday, does it look like someone who is sick?
I don't understand.
So fit, he has even put on weight. So handsome. Even in the mask, he's handsome. Nobody is saying that you have committed any crime. Come back to your country and answer pertinent questions, because we know that our monies are missing. If it is not with you, come and help us to locate where the monies are. You say, Imbano, you won't come. All right. The cops will come. We live in this country. So clearly, what is happening is a very serious matter. But the judge raised certain fundamental issues with the response from the attorney, the U.S. attorney. On the matter of extradition, they are saying they don't have the document before them. The judge says he does not have the document before him to make any determination on that matter. Did you listen to the judge?
Yes.
So what that tells me is that the Attorney General must immediately, if they did it by DHL, or they must find out where the extradition application is. Now, those that are questioning why we are picketing at the U.S. Embassy must now begin to revise their nose. It's as a result of the indication that has been given to the U.S. Embassy. That is why the attorney could go to court without even the proof in his hand to tell the judge that, hey, the people have won. They have filed an extradition orders. This morning from here, I'm going to the United States of Ghana, embassy in Ghana, to pick it, to drum into their ears that they cannot blow hot and cold. They cannot let the United States be a sanctuary for corrupt African officials.
How do you mean?
We are saying somebody has taken our resources. It's with you. Bring the person, you are saying no. We should go through process. The small boys, they have been coming for them here. Abu Trika and go. If we were also going to go through the same process with them, do you think we will allow anybody to go?
But we have a treaty with the U.S.
Yeah, so that treaty must also work. It's reciprocal. It's not subservient. We are a sovereign country. They are a sovereign country. We must respect ourselves. They must do what is needful. Either than that, the United States will not be respected by me, neither my offsprings, those that are dead, for they will be seen for who they are. That is a country that harbors politically, criminally minded personalities, maybe in female or male.
But you can't make that attribution now.
Which one?
The United States are bringing so-called criminal...
What you are saying is that someone is in court, 78 charges. The OSP has filed 78 charges against Ken Ofori-Atta. The man is saying he's not coming. What does he tell you?
Now, the case has been adjourned to April.
They don't intend to bring the man. April, they'll move to June. December. By the time you realize about 10 years over there, then the status changes. And this is why the minority that held that press conference, that they have a problem with the U.S. banning the processing of immigrant visas. I don't understand it. Wouldn't you be happy that by this whole process, Ken Ofori-Atta will be barred from processing his immigration status or changing his immigration status so that he is brought back to this country? In any case, we are not even sure whether if they decide to bring him back, because now we understand.
The most useless press conference, because all the things that he mentions, again, yesterday, they entered into a trajectory that I will even be surprised if anybody wants to speak to defend them. Number one, I'll just give you 2 or 3. Number one, they created the impression that because our country, our foreign policy has always been, we are non-aligned. So we are neither with the East nor the West, but we only face forward, as espoused by Dr. Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So because we are non-aligned, it means that the country cannot even make a comment on international.
Yeah, because the cyber incident.
That is not the meaning of non-alignment. And I would urge them to read all the books written by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Non-alignment simply means that when 2 countries, say 2 countries are at each other, they are at war, Ghana as a country will not align with one country against the other. But that does not mean that Ghana cannot speak to issues of international rights violations. That does not mean that Ghana cannot speak to issues of human rights abuse. That does not mean that Ghana cannot ask
the main question
that all the parties...
So in relation to that, they
don't understand.
Yeah, so
they simply do not understand.
That the premise on which they are making the point is that apart from Ghana always having a non-aligned position when it comes to its confrontation on the subject of international relations.
Exactly, yes.
Because of the Cold War and the existing issues that had transpired before the collapse of the Soviet Union. They say that these are key global powers. And so if you make such comments, a small country like Ghana, literally trying to explain or water it down, it also means that you are waking a dead whale or a sleeping lion.
Roland, that position is flawed. Because Ghana is in the Committee of Nations. Anything that affects the global stage, anything that happens globally has implications on us. And as an independent and as a sovereign state, Ghana is within its right to state its position on matters affecting global affairs. That does not mean that we are aligning. It is alignment only when you choose a particular side and you are saying, but look at all the press conferences or the statements released by Ghana through the Foreign Affairs Minister. We have always spoken only to issues of human rights and ensuring that domestic rights or municipal laws are respected. And so when you go and organize a press conference and you espouse some of these positions, it only tells us that we should thank God again and again for removing these people from power in December 2024. Because if these are the kind of, this is the kind of thinking that will underpin their relationship with other countries, it means that the country is not sovereign after all. And I am a student of political science. I know Dr. Zato is a lecturer in political science. Is Dr. Zato will he tell us this morning that per the logic of his minority, when he stands before his political science class, international politics class, and he's giving reasons why Trump imposed visa sanctions on countries, he will call Honorable Ablakwe's utterances or press statements as the cause. The most reckless, the most useless press conference ever is what Asafo and the minority did yesterday. And I will tell them again, if you want to copy well. You cannot be low budget Ablakwe and be going around. Ablakwe, let me tell you, I have had the opportunity to work with Honorable Okujeto Ablakwe for more than 4 years as his research assistant. Sometimes, as late as 12 midnight, 1 a.m., the gentleman will be reading, researching, and so before he comes out. And that is why till today, when he was ranking member, every every issue, every expose, every statement from Honorable Ablakwa till today, they cannot even refute a single one because of the diligence and the seriousness that went into those press conferences. So if you want to copy him, come, we will teach you the model, we will give you the formula. Be ready to be diligent. Subject yourself to rigorous learning, rigorous research, meticulousness. You cannot be low budget at Ablakwa and be going around organizing useless press conferences that they did yesterday. This year, we have all agreed to be serious. The MPP in Parliament, especially that Foreign Affairs
Is that
Committee,
why you tag their press conference as useless?
It is useless and unserious. Very, very useless.
Your own colleague and friend.
I am telling him, my friend. I told him even this morning I spoke to, if I had a press statement, I called him to send it to me for me to read through. And I am telling, I know he's watching the show.
Press conference.
I have it here, the press statement.
Right.
And I'm telling him that yesterday is the most useless press conference that they have ever organized.
And concerns had been raised, even from the former president going to Washington, raising issues about Burkina Faso and so-called its harboring of Wagner forces, etc. We're also told that was undiplomatic. Subsequently, we have this criticism coming from this minority. What do you say? Political science lecturer.
Thank you. We've had ministers of foreign affairs in this country that every Ghanaian can be proud of. We've had ministers of foreign affairs in this country, every Ghanaian can beat your chest and say, yes, I'm proud to have Victor Behu as my minister of foreign affairs. I'm proud to have Victor Obed Asamoah as my minister of foreign affairs. I'm proud to have Mohamed Mumini as my minister of foreign affairs. I'm proud to have Nana Addo Akuffo Addo as my minister of foreign affairs. And I am proud to have Shirley Ayoko Boche as my minister of foreign affairs. And then today, what we have got is, to quote my friend here, a low-budget Ablakwa. Not even the normal Ablakwa.
The man himself is low budget.
Today, what Ghana has is that our chief diplomat is not only the Ablakwa that was in Parliament, but a low-budget Ablakwa. How did we descend? How did we degenerate here to now be led by our chief diplomat being a low-budget Ablakwa, not even the only Ablakwa? What
do you mean by he himself?
I didn't say low-budget Ablakwa. He said, you didn't ask him to explain it, so you cannot tell me. Okay. He said we have a low-budget Ablakwa.
I'll ask you the question.
Do you realize that in Nkrumah's Ghana?
Why do you say?
Why do you say
he's a low budget of himself?
Our minister of foreign affairs is a low-budget version of himself. That's a shame. That's a disgrace.
Okay. So why? What are your points?
When we sit down and we see how we have degenerated and our diplomacy has suffered over the years, I now realize why. Because he was the research assistant to the man, and he's now telling us that even the version we have is a low-budget version of that man. And that is a shame. Look,
I said,
so many things have happened.
It's a low version of
you see.
Yeah, no, but you need to correct him.
Please, respect yourself. Don't do that.
No, don't say that.
I've said
I'm correcting you because
I've said respect yourself.
You can give the viewers.
Adam, respect yourself.
Respect
yourself. You said we have a low-budget Ablakwa. You said
low-budget Ablakwa.
Adam, respect yourself.
Ablakwa is a low version.
Adam, you said you have a low-budget Ablakwa as Minister of Foreign Affairs. You said
no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. No.
That's what you said.
That's correcting before you move. No. Roland must correct that before you move.
Here I am. No. About to talk. I didn't do that to you. I respected you. I respected you even though you didn't deserve it. I respected you even though you didn't deserve it. And look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing.
You don't deserve.
Look at what you're doing.
You need to quote me. No. I will not let you misquote me. That will not happen.
That's fine.
Yes, I never said that.
Adam, that's fine.
Yes, so correct him before he moves on. I insist on that.
So what he did say was that
yes,
the position that was taken and the action that was undertaken by the ranking, is it ranking on the Foreign Affairs Committee?
Your ranking, yes,
was a version of what Okudzeto Ablakwa did while in opposition, and that they are a low version of what he exhibited. I mean, just to explain what he said.
Exactly. So
I'm happy that today.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say.
Because maybe somebody joined the show late.
I am happy that today.
So you need to correct yourself. No, it's important, Roland. Somebody may have joined the show late.
I understand.
And
I understand.
Could live with the impression
let me
that
the show, please.
Because no, you can't say what I didn't say.
Please. Okay. So
no, but he should be able to say that he got it wrong.
He didn't describe.
I didn't say that.
But the foreign minister.
To be fair to me, you need to state before you move on. I insist.
Please, more. And I'm asking
this year you have to be serious.
And I'm asking you the question.
You have to be serious this year.
So he never said that.
I didn't say that. So don't say what I didn't say.
Now, why do you posit those points?
Today, we are being led by a low-budget Ablakwa as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and it can show. One of the first things that this minister did, these are not my words. I heard the low-budget Ablakwa was introduced into this debate by Addo. You are the member of parliament for K2 South or North.
K2 North, yes.
And you told us that
Proud
you were
one.
the personal assistant to the
Exactly,
Prime Minister.
a proud
and you
one of
told
that.
us that we have a low-budget Ablakwa. It's low-budget Ablakwa
I
day
am
we have
saying
today.
that, no. You see,
Now,
Roland,
one of the first things this low-budget Ablakwa did when he came was to pick up a fight with the chairman of the Senate, Armed Forces
Roland,
with the United States Senate.
Dr. Zato must be serious on this platform.
Are one of the most powerful.
He must be serious because you can't attribute what I didn't say to me. Why are you finding it difficult? You can play back. It's as simple as that.
That's
viewers
right.
are watching. You are a lecturer. You need to respect the viewers. You are supposed to be a lecturer. You're supposed to respect the viewers. You cannot attribute to me what I did not say. So make your point. I said, and I will say it again, that your ranking as a my very good friend, is becoming a low version, a low budget Ablakwa. You cannot say I said Ablakwa is a low version of himself. Others are sending me tests that he is the Ablakwa from Temu. So I beg you, don't misquote me. Whatever I said, repeat it, and I'm a man of my words. So you cannot, if you cannot find points to defend your unserious, reckless press conference that you organized yesterday, don't find words, misquote me and trying to build a point on that. So build your own point.
Dr. Zato.
Roland, you see what you see what
it's 2026.
I want you to understand.
But you are misquoting me.
No, why did that? You are sitting down here and you are allowing Addo to run amok here. You are sitting down here and allowing Addo to run amok here.
No.
I am not saying that I'm a lecturer.
Mic off. Put Dr. Zato's mic off. Please, let me be very categorical here.
2026. Let's be serious.
Adam didn't say that the foreign minister, the Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, is a low budget of himself. He described Nana Safueje, the ranking on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament, right, who was the one who led that press conference, as an action undertaking that is a version which is low, a low version of the foreign minister when he was in opposition. That's what he said. And I'm asking Dr. Zato, you, that why do you say that you support the position of the minorities? It's a very simple question.
I'm saying today and right here, and no matter what it is, that I support your version that we have a low budget Ablakwa as our Minister of Foreign Affairs.
He never said that.
Adam, I am not the one saying that I'm a lecturer. I'm actually not a lecturer. I'm a senior lecturer at the Department of Political Science. I got a medal. Yes, in a position that you are not, and you can never be. I don't know. You can never be. So look at it. There are people here that say, so yes, maybe if you want also go and be a lecturer and also talk about it. If you feel insecure about me being a lecturer, that's your problem. If you feel insecure that you do, if you don't have what it takes, if you don't have what it takes,
let's take a break.
you get a PhD and become a lecturer. That's the problem. You cannot come and sit here if you don't.
Berarti sewajib mereka wahara sene so bari yang dia dumbi edumenia. Orang yang sensiamai na yang semua kuasa kuasa kurak. Sene so se EG politics aben.